What I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab.
It's exciting. You know, Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside, and he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out again.
Few dream matchups in boxing history cause as much buzz as Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Terence "Bud" Crawford. These two are the absolute best of their generations, and fans can't stop debating who'd win if they ever shared the ring. It's more than just skill, it's about legacy. Mayweather's flawless precision versus Crawford's fearless versatility and killer instinct.
Definitely one of the greatest. He's done shit that Floyd Mayweather ain't done.
Like what?
Like what?
Audience that don't know.
He is a two-time undisputed champion. Floyd wasn't a one-time undisputed champion. So he has all the belts in one division and then moved up and got all the belts in another division. I don't know if that's ever happened in the history of boxing.
Yes, and he beat the man.
And he beat the man. Let's give Terence Crawford his flowers because everything he said he was going to do,
he done it.
He did.
Floyd Mayweather walked away from boxing with a spotless 50-0 record, one of the greatest runs ever. He beat world champions across 5 divisions, making legends look ordinary. Floyd's genius came from neutralizing every style, no matter how dangerous.
Floyd Mayweather stopped Conor McGregor in the 10th round to improve to 50-0 in what he says will be his final fight. I actually believe him this time, Max. What's his legacy?
Well, he's one of the great pure boxers who ever lived. He has never cheated himself. He always was in condition. He had no off nights. That's why he won every fight. It's one of the reasons. Not because he's one of the best to ever do it, and because he was always prepared over a very long amateur and pro career. Amazing. Another reason is he carefully selected opponents, knew when and where when and who to fight, and basically changed the paradigm in boxing. I'll translate. He flipped the script. I mean, really, boxing is basically, and this is just the way it is, and I'm a huge boxing fan, and I make no apologies about it, but it is fans and networks essentially exploiting fighters. That's how it works. We want to, and we demand a level of dedication and risk-taking with your health that's insane, right? Like, someone's getting their head beaten every which way, and if you quit, you don't have heart. You can't be a great fighter, which is true, by the way. It's a blood sport. And usually fighters wind up broke and punch drunk. And Floyd Mayweather flipped the script. He said, no, I'm not going to let the game play me. I'm going to play the game.
Terence Crawford, on the other hand, has quietly built one of the most complete careers in modern boxing. A multiple-division undisputed champ, he's proven he can adapt to any challenge. His switch hitting, timing, and power make him a nightmare. At welterweight, he's been so dominant that the only name left to compare him with is Mayweather himself.
Everything is on Terence Crawford's side, all the legacy, meaning he only has the opportunity to win the belts. Saul only has an opportunity to defend them. Terence Crawford has an opportunity to be in a 5 division and the only person to win all 4 belts in 3 separate weight divisions. Why is Saul taking this fight? And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's some things in life more important than just the belts. And that 20-year career that Terence Crawford made, that all that he has, is very valuable. Very, very valuable. He had 1 foot out the game, and if he can be the man to defeat him, because remember, if Saul beats him, Terence Crawford was the first man to get all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. Yes, I beat that champion. Yes, I beat the multiple division champion, and he had the
Oscar De La Hoya, who fought Floyd, still believes Mayweather is the superior fighter, pointing to his record and perfect technique. Many from his generation agree Floyd was nearly untouchable. But then there's Canelo Alvarez, who faced both men, and he shocked fans by saying Crawford is way better than Floyd, praising Bud's IQ in recent wins. Coming from someone who's been in with both, that opinion hits different.
I have to disagree because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. Like, he literally toyed with him. He didn't get hit at all. Not one time. And Crawford, yeah, he's more of a fighter, boxer. Mayweather's more of a boxer. But I have to disagree. I think Mayweather is much more superior than Crawford. Not just because he beat me and it was a close fight, whatever, and or that I stepped in the ring with Mayweather, but I really feel that technically Mayweather's a better fighter.
He faced Mayweather, you were 23 years old, I believe?
23.
And
Just
again,
turned 23.
Yeah, you just turned 23. You didn't have a lot of seasoning. I know people say, oh, he had a lot of fights. Well, you didn't have an amateur career. You started boxing at 15 as a pro, right?
Yeah.
So you gave up the weight concession. You gave up the rehydration clause. And I always thought if you would have faced him, with some more seasoning, it would have gone differently.
He deserved the position in that moment because, Floyd Mayweather is one of the best fighters in the boxing history, and he deserved the position in that moment. I try to make history, and I try to put myself in the very top in that moment. But for some reason, doesn't happen, right? And yeah, like you say, if I had that fight with Miguel Angel Cotto first and all these kind of fights, and then fight Mayweather, maybe go in the different way. But we never gonna know. We never gonna know. And I learned what from that fight, and like I say, things happen for a reason.
Shane Mosley, another veteran who shared the ring with Mayweather, actually leans toward Crawford. He says Bud's all-around skill set makes him more dangerous than Floyd ever was. Mosley knows firsthand how sharp Floyd was, but he believes Crawford brings angles and weapons Floyd never had to face.
Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually, he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, it's, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Still, Mosley doesn't downplay Floyd. He said repeatedly that Mayweather's defense and discipline make him one of boxing's toughest puzzles. Even if Crawford has more tools, cracking Floyd's code was something few could ever dream of doing.
I was surprised about his power. When you attack Floyd, he has a way of making you run into it and you feel the power, like a collision. But when you kind of box away from him, yes, he has power, but not like he does when you're trying to attack him. He's not weak, he's strong. Like I say, trains hard, and he does all the things you're supposed to do as a fighter or as a champion to be the best.
Mosley's perspective comes from experience. He rocked Floyd hard in the second round of their 2010 fight, but then watched Mayweather completely adjust and dominate the rest of the bout. That moment showed him how quickly Floyd could adapt. He respects Crawford's power and creativity, but knows Floyd's control and composure are unmatched.
Everybody talk about Shane Cardi, but what was the issue? Shane started hesitating. Why did Shane hesitate? Because he took the best shot and he stood there, held on tight, and on top of that, made Shane feel his strength, and came back out like nothing happened the previous round.
Right.
But still stone cold.
Right.
And then Shane ends up being the one hesitating, waiting, and the fight get away from him.
I'm saying that Shane hit me with a hell of a shot.
Okay.
Actually, 2 shots.
Oh, okay.
But even in that particular round, what I said to Shane was this. I was like,
you just don't say something to him when you grab him.
I said, you gotta kill me.
I wasn't ready.
I said, that was a good one. I said, that was a good one, but you gotta kill me. I said, you gotta kill me. Did I mean I'm gonna lie? I meant it.
Andre Ward, Crawford's close friend and fellow great, has always defended him against claims that he can't compare to Mayweather. Ward insists Crawford's adaptability and ability to dismantle elite fighters prove he belongs in that conversation.
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots,
Jerron, my favorite.
It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, like, I can bet the house on is Bud. Because me and him we so much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So skillful, yes, but this and this, it's different, man. There's not a lot of guys like that out there currently. It's a lot of guys that talk it. But until you get in that real fire, I'm not saying you fighting a guy you should beat. I'm saying a guy that it's a 50-50 matchup. We don't really know what you have. You don't even really know what you have.
Ward even calls Crawford the GOAT of this generation. Their bond aside, Ward says Bud's dominance and consistency stand out in today's era. After Crawford destroyed Errol Spence Jr., Ward said straight up, Bud has earned the right to be called the best fighter of this era.
Andre, we just seen Terence Crawford create greatness and beat Canelo Alvarez tonight. What was your thoughts on that performance from Terence?
Terence Crawford is great performance, man. He's been doing this throughout the course of his career. The stakes were a lot different in this fight, a lot more danger. He had to fight that kind of fight in order to beat Canelo Alvarez tonight, and he did that at 37, but getting ready to be 38 years old. And he proved, like Max said, that he is the GOAT of this generation. Hats off to Canelo for taking the fight. He didn't have to take it. Hats off to Turkey Al-Sheikh for putting it together. Just a great night for boxing.
Yeah. How special a fighter is someone like Terence Crawford? There was no signs of a size disadvantage there. How special?
You can see it in spots, but it wasn't significant. And I didn't think it was going to be significant. And people call me crazy, but I've been around Terence. He's strong. He's got a wrestling background, and people don't realize that he's been boiling himself down all these years and still being successful, not having to do that. His condition seemed impeccable, and his strength was there, the power was there enough to get respect from Canelo. So what more can I say?
What would you like to see him do next? Do you think there's another fight after this?
I'd like to see him be done. What are we boxing for at this point? What else is there to do? There's always going to be a YouTuber or a reporter or somebody conjuring up another challenge. We box to get ourselves in a better financial position, to build a name and a legacy. Those boxes are checked. What else are we doing?
Yeah, brilliant.
Why are we still in the game?
Yeah, I get it. Andre, always good to talk to you. Appreciate it.
Mayweather himself has spoken about Crawford with a mix of respect and pride. He congratulated Bud on his big wins, especially over Spence, but always reminds fans of his own record. Floyd makes it clear he's still the measuring stick. That mix of respect and rivalry keeps this debate alive and adds fuel to the legacy conversation.
I didn't want them to fight. I really like both of those guys. A lot. A lot. You know, I had a chance to hang around Earl. I had a chance to hang around Terence. And both guys, class act. It would look like I'm leaning towards one guy because I boxed one guy before.
It was beautiful to watch, but also tough to watch to see what happened to Errol. Obviously, we don't wish bad on,
Nobody.
Nobody.
The best man won. If I was training him or I was in his corner, I don't think he should be fighting at 147 at all. I don't even think he should be fighting at 154.
Really?
I think he should be fighting at 160 or 168.
Wow.
That's just my honest opinion.
Roy Jones Jr. also places Crawford at the top of today's pound-for-pound list. He's praised Bud's long reign of dominance and even said he's the king right now. Roy has also questioned parts of Floyd's legacy, saying there are fighters whose styles would have given him more trouble. When it comes to Crawford, Roy believes he has what it takes to beat bigger, stronger guys, even ones like Mayweather.
I'd rank him probably in your top 10, maybe even your top 5.
Where do you rank Terence, in your opinion?
I put him in the top 15, maybe the top 10, because he definitely has the skill of a top 5. Just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get, and that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in the weight class look like nobody. That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class. We want the best opposition near our weight class.
there's been discussion that maybe, Crawford and Inoue are going back and forth tussling for like pound for pound, that maybe Inoue because of the multiple weight divisions. You're shaking your head no. Tell me why no.
Because Inoue also, when he first moved up, he lost to Donaire. Don't forget that. Bud ain't lost to nobody. Moving up or down, he moved up 3 times. He lost to nobody. Don't tell me he better than Bud, no.
Tim Bradley hasn't minced words either. He says Prime Crawford beats Prime Floyd. He believes Bud's timing, strength, and ability to adjust would give him the edge. Still, Bradley respects Mayweather deeply, calling him one of his all-time favorites for his defense and movement. Before Canelo faced Crawford, Bradley warned that if Canelo lost, it could hurt his legacy because Crawford was moving up 2 divisions and older, making a defeat even more damaging for Canelo's reputation.
Terence Crawford would beat a prime Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he would beat him. Yes, it would be a competitive fight, but Crawford, master thinker just like Floyd. The advantage that Floyd has is that he has great defense. The advantage that Crawford has is that he not only can fight orthodox, he can also he's versatile. He can fish the southpaw stance. And we all know that Floyd don't like to fight southpaws. We know that. What happens when you have a guy just as smart as you are and able to make adjustments like Crawford? What happens when you have a guy that can hurt you with either hand? A guy that's powerful and strong like Crawford. A guy that's quick as Crawford. A guy that can fight you in the pocket. A guy that knows how to execute that Philly shell. He knows how to bust through that. He'll have enough to beat Floyd, and he'll have enough to gain respect and hurt Floyd too. I don't think he knocks him out, but I think he'll win a close decision. Hey, I want to know what everybody else thinks.
After the Canelo fight, Crawford fired back at critics in the post-fight press conference. He said people doubted him, claiming he couldn't beat a fighter like Canelo. But after winning, he asked, what can they say now? He called it a defining victory and said he used all the noise, all the doubt as motivation to prove the world wrong.
What was his power like? Have you been hit by anybody that strong before?
I've been hit harder.
No, in a real fight, not a sparring.
In a real fight. Not Avanesian, but Mean Machine hit harder than Canelo to me. To be honest.
Terrence. Congratulations.
Recently, Floyd hinted at something huge, a possible return to real competition. With his exhibition against Mike Tyson coming in 2026, Floyd told TMZ that talks of a comeback aren't off the table. He says he feels great, stays sharp, and wants to give fans something unforgettable. Whether he risks that perfect record remains a mystery, but for the first time, Floyd's left the door open.
This is your life for so long with Floyd fighting this guy, fighting Manny, fighting Conor, and all those, you were just at the center of all these talks for so many years. It's exciting to be back there again. Any chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
Let's own it. Let's own it. It's been talks. It's possible.
So who takes the crown? Mayweather's genius or Crawford's grit? That's the debate that may never die. But one thing's certain, both men have carved their names into boxing immortality.